Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from Ncaa. And make sure you hit that like button. And a quick recruiting update before looking at the conference standings. Lionel Allen, unfortunately, he does commit to Troy. He commits to them over us, and we were in second, but it really wasn't a close race. It seemed like he wanted Troy all along, to be honest, and I mean, it's no surprise he's from Alabama. He goes to Troy. But looking at some guys that we did add to the board, George Hill is a decent linebacker out of Joliet, Illinois, the number 74 outside linebacker. Remember, we're only adding guys less than 700 ranked, so these guys are all less than 700 ranked in the nation, and they could be 3 stars. I don't think there's any 4 stars at all. I don't think there would be any that high, that low, but we are looking at him. He has a decent outside linebacker. I want to see what he does end up being. We did just add him. A second guy we want to add here is Zach Brown, and he's a cornerback, but he has 92 speed. I like that. Zone coverage at a C, the number 51 cornerback, and he is from Maryland, so we do have that kind of proximity there. So I do like that. We have the proximity, and his playing time is actually rated at a B right now. So he's at 63 overall. We'll see what he turns into. And then Cameron Daly, and this is one of the guys I want to look at a little bit. He is kind of, I kind of want to use I want to get kind of a gadget receiver. I don't really have too many of those. I do have Burnett, who I did use a little bit last time, but what I like about him, he is from South Carolina, so I'm guessing he might be easier to recruit. And then the last guy, David Robertson. So you look at him, Robertson, 6'5", 200 pounds. He's from Texas. Let's offer him a scholarship. Actually, I shouldn't have done that before I unlocked his ratings here. Let's unlock his ratings. Let's see. So I don't know why, but they always give receivers high carrying in this game. We'll see how he develops, but I do want to move George Hill up. I do like him, and then Zach Brown. I'm going to move those guys up, probably the top 10. But looking at the other guys we have on our board here, we're in pretty good position. John Logan, middle linebacker. It looks like he's on his way to Coastal. CJ Scott, a good outside linebacker, really good. He ends up being 67 overall after I just did that last unlock of his ratings. I thought he was going to be in the 70s, but we are first on him. Eric Brown, it looks like we are first with him as well. I'm excited to get him because he's looking like a safety. I think that's what he's going to be. Ross Outlaw, another athlete. We are first on his board. He looks like kind of a defensive lineman kind of type, so we'll see what he ends up being. Chris Novak, a tackle, a decent tackle. Let's just see what he ends up being. 63 overall. He's okay. Lance Folks, one of the guys that I did want to get here. Another I don't know what he is. I think he's more of like a middle linebacker mold. I don't really know. He has okay tackling at 70, 74 hit power. I don't really know, but he has good catching as well. Brad Sanders, a defensive tackle. Marcus Washington. We are all in good position to get all these guys just running down the board here. I mean, we're in first, so it's looking like a pretty good recruiting year for us. So looking at the conference standings through the first 5 games here, it's the complete opposite of last year. Remember last year, this division, we were pretty bad, I gotta admit, and then the other division was the better division. But this year it's looking like our division is the tougher division here, at least in the early parts of the season here. And Appalachian State is 2-0 in conference. Texas State is there as well, and pretty much everybody's still in it. But on the other side, I mean, everybody has a loss, at least one, and I thought Navy would kind of run away with it, or Louisiana Lafayette, who we are going up against this week. So let's just take a look at them. So Lewis, their quarterback, actually has 7 touchdowns, no interceptions, and we've had a streak of 2 games now with at least 1 interception. And then Regis actually killed us last year, so it's gonna be kind of tough going up against him. So let's hop into the action right away. So here we are starting this game out on the road, and Louisiana Lafayette is a different school than Monroe. I mean, they just can run the ball, they can pass the ball, and they usually have a dual threat quarterback every year. And it's no change here as we're going up on the road, and we know this is going to be a tough environment to play in. So here we go. It's going to be a shootout. We know it's going to be that because their offense is hard to stop. So we got to put some points on the board. So here we are continuing our game plan, giving the ball to Tyron Summers early and often as he does pick up an early first down. So now on a 1st and 10, here is Curtin rolling out to the right, trying to get rid of it, but takes a sack that time. and we do eventually get it to a 3rd and 15, a 3rd and long, and here he is throwing over the middle, and Justin Johnson has it in his hands, and he can't hold on to that one, as we do have to punt the ball away to this explosive offense. So here is the quarterback out, Malloy, and he's a pretty good quarterback. I mean, I can't lie. He can get it out quickly with his passes, and he can run. So we're definitely going to have to keep him in the pocket. So now on a 2nd and 15, he's throwing out to the right side, and that one's Michael Jaquette there for the reception. We could not keep him in coverage on that throw. So now on a 1st down, here is Bradley this time. Jamarcus Bradley, remember him from last year? He did a pretty good number on us as he picks up the 1st down. So here throwing out to Trey Regis, and he's giving Malik Gray a huge arm, and he's making it all the way inside the 5-yard line up to about the 1, as now they are with the 1st and goal here, giving it out to their fullback, and Quentin Tuttons is going to get in for the touchdown, and that is a 7-0 lead. Like I said, this offense is going to be tough. Even though we have an improved defense, we're going to have to make some adjustments mid-game to keep up with this offense. They have a great offensive scheme, and we're going to need to put together a pretty good game plan. So here we are back on offense. Tyron Summers getting the handoff, 11 yards on that carry, already at 30 yards in the game. So now on a 2nd and 10 from the shotgun on the 30-yard line, here is Curtin rolling out to the right side and picking up the 1st down, diving forward for extra yardage, and he picks up the 1st down. So a couple plays later here on a 2nd and 6, they're sending a blitz from the left side, trying to get it off to the running back across the middle, and that is going to be incomplete. So now on a 3rd and 6, here's some more pressure, and this time we had to get rid of it. And Curtin starts out this game 0 for 5 as we had to punt the ball away to Louisiana once again. So now here is Malloy trying to run out this time, and it's Oliver Saxon. This guy has been phenomenal here this season. He's got his first taste of playing time, and he's taking advantage. But on the next play, Trey Regis gets open, 17 yards like it's nothing. So now on a 2nd and 6, a couple plays later, throwing out to a wide open CJ Bowler, and Malloy finds another receiver there for a 1st down. So now at the 50-yard line, trying to roll out, and look who it is once again, his 2nd sack on the drive. It's Oliver Saxon, and it's in his name, Saxon. I mean, he's getting in for the sack on that one. So now on a 2nd and 10, throwing across the middle, and Bowler, look at Bowler, somehow avoids 2 tacklers and picks up 20 yards on that one. So now on a 1st and 10, close to the 30-yard line, here's Malloy finding an open crease, and he's moving the ball inside the 20-yard line on the 14-yard scramble. So now here's Malloy giving it out to Trey Regis, and this time Saxon gets run over, and Trey Regis moves into the end zone for the touchdown. I thought this guy was a speed back, but he showed a little bit of power on that one as he gets in and makes it a 14-point lead here in the 1st quarter. So winding down here towards the end of the 1st, here is Summers getting the handoff on that one, picking up a nice gain. So now on a 2nd and 2, here he is breaking a tackle and picking up 8 yards on that carry. So now facing another 1st and 10. This rushing attack is working up to this point, and here he is getting to the 50-yard line. They cannot stop Summers so far. So now on a 3rd and 1, look at this hole that develops, and Tyron Summers makes it all the way to the 30-yard line on that run as he moves the chains on that one. So now facing a 3rd and 8 a couple of plays later, here is Curtin rolling out to the right and finding a wide open Sam Forbes, the senior, in the end zone, and that's his first completion, and it goes for a touchdown. What a throw, and now he cuts this lead down to just 7. So now here to start the 2nd quarter, here is Wright getting the ball this time, and it seems like they are just moving the ball at will. We had a couple of sacks on the last drive, but couldn't keep them out of the end zone. We need to keep them out here as Malloy finds another crease and picks up 9 yards. So now he's already past the 50-yard line, facing a 2nd and 1, giving it out to Trey Regis, and look at this hole wide open on the left, and he's going to take this one all the way. That drive was easy. I mean, this Louisiana team is tough, especially at home, and they take the 21-7 lead. We're trading blows with them all ready, down 14. So here's Curtin throwing deep on the first play, and somehow Mike Harrison comes back to the ball, and he avoids the swat on that one. Wow, what a miracle play that was. So 2 completions, 2 touchdowns. Look at this one. That was so close to being swatted, but Mike Harrison used his body as a shield and picks up the touchdown on that one. So now it's back down to a 7-point lead. But here is these dynamic receivers. I mean, along with Trey Regis, Malloy, these guys are just getting open on every play. And here's CJ Bowler, another reception here for 11 yards past the 50-yard line. So now on a 1st and 10, here's Malloy throwing to the outside. He makes his first mistake of the game, and Orlando Norman cannot come up with the interception, but he does stop that completion from happening. So now on a 2nd and 10, Trey Regis, 8 yards on that one. So now on a 3rd and 2, running the option. Here's Malloy pitching it out to Regis, and somehow breaks the tackle and pitches it and gets it to Regis, and Regis does the rest. 29 yards for the touchdown, as Trey Regis is just killing us, as now it is a 14-point lead once again. So here's Keshawn Curtin coming back out on the next drive and starting this drive off by getting it to Angel Gonzalez, our best slot receiver on our team. And here is on a 2nd and 4, Curtin throwing across the middle, and that's going to be incomplete. So now on a 3rd and 4, here is Curtin from the shotgun throwing to the right side, and that's Mike Harrison, and he's picking up the 1st down on that one, 14 yards on that reception. Mike Harrison's making quite the impression here in his freshman season. So now here on a 2nd and 6, rolling out to the left, finding Angel Gonzalez. He's getting open, and he's getting another 1st down. So now a couple of plays later here on a 3rd and 10, Justin Johnson gets open. So now we're moving the ball once again, moving closer and closer to this goal line, as here's Jimbo Brown comes into the game, and he picks up 10 yards on that carry as we close in on 2 minutes left in the half. So we're trying to milk this clock just a little bit, but we do end up scoring, and we get in for another touchdown, and now we are back down by 7. But we did leave a little bit of time on the clock here to end the half. But here is Malloy coming back out on offense and moving the ball down the field, and he's picking up a 1st down. So now they're already at the 50-yard line, is here on 2nd and 10, throwing the ball to the right side, and that's Jaquette once again for another big reception. So now at the 40-yard line, here's Malloy, clean pocket, wide open guy over the middle, and it's Bradley. I mean, whoever they want to get it to, Bradley, I mean, anybody, Bowler, Regis, it's whoever wants to get the ball is killing us this game, as here on the next play, getting open is another receiver in the end zone for the touchdown. It ends up being offsides, so CJ Bowler's touchdown does stand, as we do have about a minute left in this half to at least trim it back down to 7, because, man, this is tough. Our defense is getting torched in this first half, but here's Justin Johnson picking up a broken tackle and moving the ball for 20 yards on that one. So now facing a 3rd and 14 after taking a sack. Here is Keshawn Curtin throwing across the middle, and Justin Johnson once again, another close to 20-yard reception. And now we're close to 15 seconds left in this half, as here's Curtin throwing out to the right side, but that's going to be dropped by our running back that time, as we now have 10 seconds left in the half. Throwing out to the left side, Mike Harrison, the freshman's going to be there for the catch, and that's almost into field goal range. But we're going to push our limits here, as Preston Lang does hit that one, as we did have the wind to our back. So we go into halftime down by 11. So now to start the second half, here is Malloy throwing the ball, and we just got to stop this aerial attack, as they are doing what they want when they want. Here's Malloy throwing out to Rogers, their tight end this time, and he's picking up a 1st down. So here's Malloy from the shotgun one more time, throwing across the middle, and you see we're just switching up coverages: man, zone, zone blitz, man blitz, cover 0, cover 3, cover 2, cover 4, whatever we can do, and it's just not working, as Gerard Jackson gets the reception, and he picks up a huge gain and gets inside the 5-yard line. So now on a 1st and goal, running an option, and we finally get a stop, But look at this. Even when we get the stop in the backfield, Trey Regis still finds his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And it is 42-24. Is here back on the next drive. Here is Tyron Summers getting the catch this time out of the backfield and picking up 21 yards on that reception. So now facing a 2nd and 10, throwing out to a wide open Justin Johnson, and he gets smacked as the ball does fumble out of bounds, but we do keep this drive alive. Here's Tyron Summers picking up another big gain as he's closing in on about 125 yards in this game, as here he gives one more time, getting the handoff, and another 7-yard run on that one. So now at the 20-yard line, facing a 3rd and 7 here towards the middle of the 3rd quarter, and we are picking up the first down on the catch by Angel Gonzalez as we do continue this drive. So now under 4 minutes left in this 3rd here, running the ball with Tyron Summers, and he does find the end zone on that one as we do get on the board once again, but we're still down by 12 as we do try to go for the 2-point conversion, but it does fail. So now they do keep the 12-point lead. So now here's Louisiana coming back out on offense, and CJ Bowler, another reception. I mean, that guy is killing us too. I mean, it's not just Trey Regis, it's not just Malloy, but these receivers are actually pretty talented too, as here is Malloy actually getting tackled, falling on a player, getting up and getting 9 yards. So now on a 2nd and 1, throwing out to Tuttons that time, and look at Tuttons hit the fullback. He breaks a tackle, and that was our chance to maybe get him down, stop before a first down, but he does pick that one up. So here's Jackson once again. Gerard Jackson picks up 16 yards. I mean, you see how many different names we're saying here, as they have just everybody on their team is an athlete, and they can run routes, as here is CJ Bowler once again getting in for his 2nd touchdown of the game, and he makes it 49 points here for Louisiana. So now, I mean, at this point, we just got to air this ball out, but we know our best chance is just to give Tyron Summers the ball, as here he is on a 3rd down, trying to run the ball, pick up a first down. We thought that would be an easy one, but we get stopped behind the line. So now facing a 4th and 3, got to go for this one. Here's Curtin throwing to the right side. Mike Harrison's going to be there for the catch, and we do keep this drive alive, still down by 3 scores. So now on a 1st and 10, throwing the ball out to Summers, and that's going to be sniffed out on the screen play, as we don't run many of them, but somehow Louisiana saw that one coming. So now on a 2nd and 12, the pressure gets in, but Curtin actually does not get out of the pocket, throws the ball away, and now we're faced with a 3rd and 26 as we end the 3rd quarter. And look who's coming around the edge for another sack in this game. And Curtin, I mean, it's not a bad game, but our defense isn't helping out either. He's put up 30 points on the board. That's usually enough to win a game, but there's Danny Armstead there on the sack, and we haven't said that many times, but it's good to see the senior in there getting his sack. So now once again, Mike Malloy tries to run out, and Kier Patterson gets in for the sack. So now on a 3rd and 16, throwing the ball deep, and look who's open. It's Jaquette. What do you know? I mean, we play any type of defense, and they just score on us just like that. As man, I mean, what a way to go on the road and perform. I mean, honestly, as we do receive a kickoff, and look at Allen King. He fumbles on the kickoff, and man, this is just embarrassing. Down 26 points, fumbling on kickoffs, can't stop them at all on defense. I mean, just an all-around absolute embarrassment, as we were actually rolling here. I mean, we were on a 3-game win streak, and going into conference play pretty confident, and Louisiana has just laid the smack down on us, as we are now down by 33 points here in the 3rd quarter, as we do leave the starters in a little bit longer, but we eventually do end up pulling them coming up, as we now punt the ball away. Actually, we don't punt the ball away. We go for it on a 4th down here on a 4th and 3, as here's Curtin rolling out to the left side, and the pass rush is getting there, and we do actually end up turning this one over. I mean, this was just an all-around wake-up call, because we still, even though we had a good defensive year, as Bowler gets in one more time for a touchdown, 34 yards. I mean, You can't make this up. You can't make this up. So we do end up putting in the starters, but this just shows the growth we have to make here on defense. I think we still need to recruit some cornerbacks. I think that, our secondary isn't the greatest. I think that the one bright spot in our secondary this year has really been Alan King. And Alan King is kind of the guy who, he's new to the secondary. Cedric Granger has been doing his thing as well. You haven't heard his name much, but that's because he's actually playing good defense. Sticking to his man, sticking to his zones, and he's making good defensive decisions. But besides that, we don't really have too much there. I'm not really that confident in Orlando Norman on the outside. He's gotten burnt last year, and he's moved sides. It's kind of helped him a little bit, but I'm not like completely confident in him. And then Malik Great. Malik Great is actually a really good cornerback, but he takes a ton of chances. He reminds me of Aqib Talib. Takes a ton of chances and occasionally gets burnt. And when he gets burnt, it's bad. So I don't know about this. I don't know about the defense here. I want to make some adjustments. Xavier Davis is actually going to get some more playing time. He's been in quite a bit in the slot, but you haven't seen his name pop up too much. But he's going to be I think he's going to be a guy that's going to rotate in. Remember last year he had a little bit of trouble, but I think if we just switch sides, kind of like we did with Norman here, Norman just got better over the last season switching sides with him. Maybe we need to do that with Xavier Davis, maybe give him some looks on the right side with Malik Great, because I don't know. I just don't know about Malik Great all the time. He's a really good cornerback, don't get me wrong, but sometimes he just takes too many mistakes. And this was maybe just a bad loss that we just need to bounce back from, but we'll see. So hit subscribe, hit that like button, because this is we got to wash this out. We got to get rid of this bad taste in our mouth and move on in conference. So stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.